بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm going to start off our time together today with a story. So it's not particularly a story about Ramadan. However, it's my story, the first time I ever fasted. So I'm in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a new Muslim. I just converted about a week before, and it's the fast of Arafat. I was excited because I heard the Imam talking about all of the benefits that would come, and I was just looking forward to it. So I got up that morning, pre-dawn meal, had a bowl of cereal, no water, and then I was invited to go to the beach. I spent the whole day outside, exposed in the sun, and by the end, I was dehydrated and exhausted. Too tired to prepare a meal, I accepted an invitation to break my fast at the masjid. When I arrived, the table spread was filled with cakes and cookies and pudding and various ethnic sweets that I'd never even seen before, and I ate all of it. I drank Coca-Cola to rehydrate myself. Unbelievable. Breaking my fast in this manner, I experienced many problems caused by a sugar spike. Increased thirst, blurry vision, fatigue, headache, trembling, tingling in my hands. This experience allowed me to understand the impact of my diet, not only on my body, but on my emotional and by extension, my spiritual state as well. This created a paradigm shift, which brought me to understand that I am not a body with a soul, rather, I'm a soul carried in a body. So this concept that a human is not a body with a soul, but rather a soul in a body, is rooted in the idea that we as human beings have this body, which is a vessel that houses our spiritual essence or our ruh. The point I want to make is that it suggests there is a deeper, non-physical aspect to our human existence that transcends the physical body. According to this perspective, the soul is our true essence and responsible for our consciousness, emotions, reasoning, and spiritual identity. The physical body, on the other hand, is viewed as a temporary vessel that houses the soul during our lifetime. As such, this experience taught me the importance of acting accordingly in a way that supports my psycho-spiritual wellness and guides me to act with intentionality when placing food into my body. A holistic Islamic diet is a diet that is fitra-centric, if you will, and emphasizes the principles of Islamic teachings and encourages a balance between physical and spiritual wellness. In our tradition, a holistic diet is based on the principle that the body and the soul are interconnected and both require attention and nourishment. If we consider the foods that our Prophet ﷺ ate, we find foods that are licit, halal, pure, tayyib, and wholesome, such as dates, figs, grapes, melon, pomegranate, barley, mushrooms, squash, olive oil, pumpkins, vinegar, drinking milk, and water. A holistic Islamic diet also emphasizes moderation, balance, and particularity when it comes to our food and drink. I'll try my best this Ramadan to work towards this goal, and I invite all of you to do the same, which is to eat a variety of whole, unprocessed foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, while limiting our intake of sugary, processed foods and other foods that we just don't find are healthy for ourselves. Essentially, we need to eat like our grandmothers. Overall, a holistic Islamic diet promotes a healthy and balanced approach to food and nutrition that supports both our physical and spiritual wellness. This is evident when we observe the dietary regimen of our Prophet ﷺ. Some of the key principles of a holistic Islamic diet include eating whole natural foods. This means consuming foods that are minimally processed and free from additives, preservatives, and other chemicals. Another principle, eating a balanced diet. A holistic Islamic diet emphasizes the importance of consuming a variety of foods from all the major food groups, including whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Lastly, eating in moderation. Overeating and indulging in unhealthy foods are discouraged in our tradition, and we are encouraged to eat in moderation. We're reminded by our Prophet ﷺ, who said, "No human ever filled a vessel worse than the stomach. But if it must be, then 1/3 for his food, 1/3 for his drink, and 1/3 for his breath." One of my teachers explained the experiential meaning of this hadith as such. If you were to walk up a flight of stairs after a meal, you would not be short of breath. This is how he explained 1/3 for his breath. It's an unfortunate reality that modern foods contain more artificial ingredients than traditional or whole foods, and these ingredients can alter the natural state of source ingredients. For example, highly processed foods may contain artificial preservatives, flavorings, colorings, and other additives not found in whole foods. These ingredients are often added to enhance flavor, texture, or shelf life, but they can also alter the nutritional profile of the food and may have negative health effects. So this is like living to eat rather than eating to live. Additionally, some processing methods used in modern food production, such as high heat treatment and refining process, can strip away important nutrients and natural components from source ingredients. And research reveals links between irritability, explosive rage, and unstable moods that have grown more and more common in recent years due to deficits in crucial micronutrients that are required for healthy brain functioning. Some artificial ingredients, such as artificial sweeteners and food dyes, have been linked to health concerns in certain studies. For example, some studies suggest that consuming large amounts of artificial sweeteners may be associated with increased risk in developing health conditions such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Similarly, some food dyes, such as red 40, yellow 5, have been associated with hyperactivity in children, cognitive impairment, and may even trigger allergic reactions in certain people. We have a surplus of designed commercial foods that create a rush of sensation that is incomparable to the one created by natural foods, making natural foods, unprocessed, seem bland and unappealing. Ramadan is a special time of year, no doubt. It requires a specific dietary approach to maintain energy and to keep us full or feeling full throughout the day while we're fasting. What I find incredibly amazing about Ramadan is that it's a means to gain proximity to God through subtraction. Less food, less drink, less sleep. Because of this, we must be cognizant that our bodies will require assistance to supplement the subtraction. It's imperative for us to do our absolute best to ensure that our diet is a means of support and assistance for our bodies and not a detriment causing fatigue and cognitive impairment. Here are some practical steps to achieve a healthy and balanced diet during Ramadan. Number 1, start with a healthy suhoor or pre-dawn meal. Eating a balanced suhoor will provide sustained energy throughout the day. And some examples might be eating some oatmeal with nuts and fruit, eggs, and whole grain toast, or a smoothie with protein and some leafy greens. Number 2, hydrate well during non-fasting hours. So drinking plenty of water during the non-fasting hours can help prevent dehydration and boost energy levels. Other hydrating fluids like herbal teas, coconut water, and vegetable juices can also help us achieve this goal. Number 3, avoid sugary and fatty foods. High sugar and fatty foods may provide a temporary burst of energy, but can lead to an energy crash later in the day. It's best to avoid these types of foods during Ramadan, and at all times in my opinion, and opt for complex carbohydrates and proteins instead. Number 4, include fruits and vegetables into our meals. Fruits and vegetables are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and can help provide a moderate level of feeling full throughout the day. Number 5, break the fast with a light and balanced meal. Breaking the fast with a light meal that includes some soup, maybe some salad, and a small portion of protein can help ease the digestive system back into action after a long day of fasting. Overeating during iftar can lead to indigestion and fatigue later on in the evening. I personally experienced this when I was a student. We had the honor of people, seeing students and knocking on our door and sending out plates of food to us and also inviting us to their homes. And when we were at their homes and eating with them, they wanted to show the type of generosity that is due to a guest. But in doing so, they just overfed us and just wouldn't take no and kept piling it on our plates. And then later on, you would feel horrible trying to stand for 20 rakats or 20 units of prayer for about 2.5 hours in the night. So please honor your guests by allowing them to say no and letting them set their own limits. And that takes us to the last one. Number 6, limit caffeine intake. Caffeine can cause dehydration and disrupt sleep, which can lead to low energy levels during the day. Limiting caffeine intake during Ramadan can help prevent these issues. So in closing, by following these practical steps, it's possible to achieve a balanced and healthy diet during Ramadan that provides sustained energy and a moderate level of us feeling full throughout the day. So inshallah, I pray that we have the ability to have a blessed Ramadan. And I invite all of you and myself to try and follow these practical steps. One, which we found in the Prophet ﷺ's diet, one of simplicity, one of moderation, and then also, inshallah ta'ala, understanding the relationship between the body, soul, and our food. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.